Delta team Aidan and Iko find an offender with boundary issues.
Come out over the fence! Do it now, hurry up!
Drug dog Waldo indicates on a comedian whose joke falls flat.
Carrying today?
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
No, I'm not joking, mate.
Yeah.
Wellington Delta dog team Aidan and Iko have had an urgent call to make tracks to the Hutt Valley.
Is it Upper Hutt or Lower Hutt, Combs?
Lower Hutt Central.
A suburban bakery has reportedly been broken into.
Was it limited description? Hoodies with a hood up, like tank. 5 foot slim build.
A bakery is an unusual target. Aidan gets updated with a description of these brazen offenders.
Just returned to the bakery right now. Got one in white shoes, it'll be the second male to jump the fence. Headed into the learning centre next door.
Upon arriving, Aidan and Iko take a quick look around.
Was you after some pies or something?
Iko locks onto the scent within moments and pulls Aidan straight to the adjacent childcare centre. But clearly he hasn't hung around for a few tips on growing up. Iko air-scents the trail. Racing round the corner, he hits pay dirt.
Come out! Hands up! Put your hands up now! Last chance, hurry up! Come out over the fence! Over the fence! Do it now, hurry up!
Spring Hill Corrections Facility, halfway between Auckland and Hamilton, is home to just over 1,000 inmates. There's only one way to stop illegal contraband entering the compound, and that's for corrections dog teams like John and Asa to check visitors as they arrive, quickly, methodically and thoroughly.
We're just doing searches on the Corrections Act 2004, OK? Is there any drugs, alcohol or weapons in the car? Or
I got a bloody but I forgot to leave it behind.
The driver has admitted to possession of a weapon.
Says that there's a underneath the seat, so we'll have a look and we'll see if he's telling the truth. And there you go. It's a serious piece of kit on prison property.
The he won't be allowed in, and neither will its soon-to-be ex-owner.
So what's going to happen today? Because you've come onto prison property with this, we're going to confiscate this.
The was passed on to the police, who took it to a destruction facility for disposal. Next in line is this green wagon.
Good morning. How are you today?
Asa leaps in enthusiastically.
Seek.
John immediately spots a definitive breach of prison visiting rules.
Nice hammer, the kind of thing you'd normally have just down in the driver's footwell. There's a hammer in the footwell. Whose is the hammer?
The driver nails the confusion with an explanation for the hammer.
To lock the gate, because the latch is broken.
And then another find in the car door.
In the door was a screwdriver as well, so it's just clocking up a few offences. Just in your door was a screwdriver as well, so same deal as the hammer.
Corrections staff decide to give the woman the benefit of the doubt as to the purpose of her hammer.
You know, they could be classed as offensive weapons. So today we'll take the lady's word for it. The hammer's for fixing the nail in the gate, and the screwdriver she forgot about. So put them away for safekeeping.
The woman and her passenger were allowed to proceed with their visit, while Asa gets a scratch for her efforts.
Good girl.
It's an early start for custom dog team Brad and Waldo. 5:30 a.m. and they're on the job checking passengers off a flight from Vancouver.
Ollie, punt.
Waldo's made some sort of find, so he pulls Brad over to a man who is hardly the suit and tie type.
All right, mate. Dog's telling me you smell today. Carrying you today?
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
No, I'm not joking, mate.
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything.
No, when was the last time you had on you then?
July?
July?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's January, so it's unlikely Waldo is smelling a scent that old. But with a man's silly attitude, Brad is bound to question him further.
I had a medicinal card.
You do?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you do or did you don't anymore?
Well, I left it in Vancouver.
Okay.
Medical cards are not recognised in New Zealand, and smoking is illegal. Brad sends the man into the red zone for questioning. Back in Wellington, Delta dog team Aidan and Iko have been tracking two guys who broke into a bakery and ran for it. But Iko has quickly found one and flushed him out.
Come out! Hands up! Put your hands up now! Last chance, hurry up! Come out over the fence! Over the fence! Do it now, hurry up!
The offender sensibly surrenders rather than risking the wrath of police dog Aiko.
You try running and get smashed by a police dog.
With a bit of help, he's over the fence and into the hands of waiting police staff. Aidan and Aiko now need to locate his accomplice.
Where's your other mate?
I think one of them's taken off down there towards the subway.
Towards the train station?
Yeah, towards the train station.
Well and truly caught, the offender is loaded into the patrol car, while Aiko and Aidan head for the train station in search of his mate.
Aiko, sick. Good boy. I think we should get to the subway and we'll cast at the top.
With a fresh scent in his nostrils, Aiko pulls Aidan over the road to some youths who should be home tucked up in bed.
Hey guys, come here.
One sniff of this guy and Aiko lets everyone know that he is the other suspect. Backup police arrive to try and learn what the attraction of a bakery was.
We managed to track the second guy from the scene through the subway onto the other side where he's been interviewed by police at the moment. They'll all be taken back and spoken to very shortly.
Meanwhile, back at the bakery, regular customers can't believe their local was targeted.
Centre Bakery's the best in the hut, I reckon. They've been there 30-odd years, and they're great.
Hopefully, everything can be patched up, and it will be business as usual in the morning.
Intimidation, Waiko flushed out one of our pie thieves. The other one was located on the opposite side of the train station. You should just wait by your pies like you're a normal person.
Good work by a dog who's partial to a biscuit himself.
Do you want a pie? No more pies for you, you're on a weight loss diet.
Coming up, indications at Auckland Airport by MPI Beagle Ollie.
These fresh flowers can come with bugs and insects on them, and we don't want that here.
And it's a brace of break-ins for Delta team Aidan and Aiko.
Dog handler! Get out of here now!
Just after 11 p.m, Delta Dog Team Aidan and Aiko are wondering if there's something in the Wellington water tonight, with more reports coming in of breaking and entering.
Male Caucasian, 20 to 22 years old, wearing a red scarf, a red hoodie, a grey t-shirt. Apparently he's left down some steps. 74 cordon please, the basin reserved by Cambridge Terrace.
With a police cordon already in effect to block any exits, Aidan arrives to find apartment dwellers keen to help with inquiries as to the offender's whereabouts.
There's a guy in there who's broken the window.
Is he still in there?
We're not quite sure.
Aiko's loving his busy night so far.
Good boy, Aiko.
He can't wait to go in search of the offender.
Dog handler! Get out of here now! Good boy, Aiko, good boy!
Back at Auckland International Airport, dog Waldo scented an Australian on a dreadlock holiday.
Dog's telling me you smell like today.
Bananas?
No, not bananas.
He's now being interviewed by Customs Officer Simon.
Okay. Have you taken any in the last 24 hours? No? Are you carrying any on you today? Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to just get you to complete some paperwork that we've got here. This is one of our standard forms that you're going to need to fill in. Yep. If you think you're carrying anything on your person or in your bags that you think we ought to be aware of, this is your opportunity to get it out in the open.
Still in funny man mode, this clown has tried to make a joke on his declaration card.
Now, just confirm your occupation, stripper, as in dancing, or as,
No, plumber.
Plumber, okay. Okay, well, okay. That's, so you're a plumber, yeah?
I'm an amateur stripper. Private. No, joking. No.
Right, okay, right. Well, just to get it out there, questions I ask.
I'm a plumber.
You are a plumber. Okay. How long you been a plumber?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. Okay. So doesn't seem to be much in the way of luggage.
I'm a light traveller.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to have a look at that in a minute. So you're happy? Just remind you of the questions that you asked earlier. This is all your baggage that you're carrying today.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
The only way to find out what this comedian has in his baggage is to dive in and have a look.
I like to find any sharp objects, anything that's dangerous in here, anything going to cut me, anything like that.
I'm not going to make any jokes.
Probably not the platform for making jokes around here, sir.
The man gives Customs Officer Simon a heads up on what's inside.
I'm intending on bungee jumping in Greenstone.
Wearing that? Okay.
I thought naked, but the colony's already done naked.
But back to the reason why the man was being searched in the first place.
Can you think of any reason why the dog would indicate that you may or may not be carrying?
I can, because when I was living in Vancouver, I had a medicinal card.
Yep.
And so we used to buy them from the shop.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Now we used to go on the beach and smoke. And then instead of throwing the roach on the ground, I put it in my bag because I don't like to litter.
Okay.
And so that's probably why the bag smelled.
And that's that bag there.
With all the information from the man and the dreads collated, Simon runs his verdict past dog handler Brad.
Admits sort of smoking and picking up his roaches from the beach and putting them in the bag. So he reckons it's the bag, but you say it's the dog's body.
In the black bag.
Yeah, that. Was he carrying that close to his body, or was he?
Quite close to the body, which is quite interesting.
But with his bags revealing nothing after an X-ray and a narcotic identification test...
No, it looks like it's your Mark 1 blade of the lawn variety.
He's off the hook.
That's all good. It's all good.
So it's happy days for this bedraggled Borat. He's allowed to pack his possessions, including his treasured mankini, and head off to Queenstown for his bungee jump.
So, yeah, gentleman's going to be on his way.
It's been valuable work experience for Waldo.
It's my boy. That's my boy.
Back at Spring Hill Corrections Facility, dog team John and Asa are still hard out with their checks. The latest is a regular visitor, well known to correction staff. Dog squad cameras recorded this encounter with her when she rocked up with enough to supply a whole series of My Kitchen rules.
It's not looking good, is it, at the moment? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sharp weapons.
Naturally, on that occasion, she got voted off.
See you later.
But today, she's back and badder than ever.
OK, this is a prison visitor who's previously been prohibited for allegedly taking contraband into the jail. It's been explained to her that she's not allowed on any prison site at all, but with kids off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to her, I'm going to search the vehicle with Asa, and I'm going to search all the visitors with Asa and then see what she's got to say for herself as to why she's on prison property. Asa, come on. Seek. Nah, she's not interested. OK then, guys, can I get you to come and stand over here, please? Asa, come, pop up. Asa, come, Seek.
John gets Asa to give the woman and her teenagers a sniff, but she doesn't indicate.
Right, that's all good.
But it's not all good. Spring Hill staff are aware she's banned from all prisons after getting caught trying to smuggle contraband inside.
It's not like you, eh?
No, it's not like me. And I just wish I could turn back time, you know? That's what happens.
Yeah.
With the crime still hanging heavily on her shoulders, John gives this wayward woman some clear boundaries.
We'll take this as a warning then today, OK? Because if you come onto prison site again, you will be arrested for trespass. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Because the charges that are against you are so serious after what happened, OK?
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
The woman and her adult offspring leave the site. With no indications, this hasn't been an exciting job for Asa. She's hoping the next batch of visitors give her an opportunity to do her stuff. At Auckland International Airport, Ministry for Primary Industries biosecurity team Amy and Ollie are protecting the border from unwanted invaders.
Good boy. Seek.
Ollie's attention is immediately drawn to this man's pocket.
Do you have any flowers in your pocket? Good boy.
This is a great find for Beagle Ollie.
Just found a fresh flower. It was in the man's pocket in front of his jersey there. So that's why Ollie's so happy. Good boy.
Ollie gets a reward. The man has the search bench to look forward to.
Where did you get the flower from? Was it your family or the temple? The temple? When did you visit the temple?
They give me flower as a prasad.
Pardon?
As a prasad.
Yeah, as like a gift for good luck?
Yeah.
If the seeds of this flower got a foothold in the countryside, it would be very bad luck for everyone.
These fresh flowers can come with bugs and insects on them into New Zealand, okay? And we don't want that here. So this one's not allowed. So with these flowers, every individual part of the flower is a seed. The little white ends is a seed and they can be planted here, and we don't want that either.
So much for flower power. He's sent to the enforcement desk while MPI officer Sue explains the situation.
Okay, so you must be very careful when you bring in these gifts for God because they're prohibited. Really, you should be getting a fine, a $400 fine, okay? But today, I'm just going to give you a warning, okay?
The man will learn from his experience and hopefully tell others about MPI rules. There's always a dog like Ollie on the case at Auckland Airport.
Well done, Ollie. It's imperative that these don't come into the country, so the best place for it now is the rubbish.
Next, dog Waldo earns a big paycheck at the mail centre.
Good boy, well done, bud. Woo, good dog.
And Aiden and Aiko close in on an offender.
Hands up! Put your hands up now!
Back in central Wellington, Delta Dog Team Aiden and Aiko are tracking a man wanted for breaking and entering.
Dog handler! Get out of here now! Good boy, Aiko, good boy.
Police believe he hasn't left. Aiden finds his entry point. Before long, Aiko has cornered the suspect. Aiden lays down the deal.
Hands up! Put your hands up now! Do it! Turn around! Lay on the ground! Do it now! Hurry up! Last chance! Good boy, Aiko. Good boy, good boy.
The offender has few options. This clearly wasn't supposed to happen.
Boy!
Yeah, got the offender in the hallway to the rear unit. I'll just try and walk him out. Can you get an eye contact to me, please? Stand up, your hands on your head.
Walk towards me!
Aiko supervises the man's every move as he exits the apartment building and surrenders himself.
Good boy, good boy, good boy. Out through here.
Outside the building, the offending male is handed over to the arresting police officer.
Hands up. You're under arrest, alright? Said the right to leave silent and say you'll be recorded.
The man is removed by police, allowing the residents to relax.
Bad boy, where is he? Oh, good dog, good dog.
It was later revealed the man lived in the building, but after losing his keys, he foolishly broke in. No charges were laid.
Oh boy. Great job with Aiko, and the offender gave up when he saw Aiko and his wonderful bark. Come, up.
Customs drug dog team Brad and Waldo have swapped the airport for an afternoon in the International Mail Centre.
Oh, good boy, Wally. Show me. All right, so this is the response Waldo is trained to give when he locates an odour he's trained to find. So this tells me that there's an odour coming from this litter tray. So what I'll do is I'll reward the dog, I'll pull off the tray, and we'll go through it manually and see exactly where it is. Good boy. Show me.
Good boy, well done, bud. Woo, good dog.
Waldo gets rewarded for a great job, then given a break, while Brad heads off to the inspections room.
Inside the envelope, we've got a piece of red card. Doesn't seem to be anything on the card other than a stamp of some sort of symbol. I assume at one stage this was glued inside of it as well. It's just a sealed foil sachet. Feels like inside of it there's some sort of powder. So what we'll do is we'll open that up and see what it is. So inside that there's a quantity of looks like off-white powder.
Brad asks his colleague Braden to run it through the NIC or identification test.
Okay. Just wondering if you could be a gem and NIC tester for us. Not a problem, mate. Sweet.
Okay, so we've got a good indication here.
Waldo was on the money again. The package does indeed contain what he's trained to find.
It's kind of a brown colour, so it could be and so we go to a test kit U. With any luck, this next ampule that I break, we should get a dark blue colour. And that is instantaneous. That is the perfect colour for...
The recipient is taking a massive risk as they'll be caught sooner or later. The parcel is sent to the Customs Investigation Unit.
So it's been a good find for Waldo. It's just a small amount of but hey, it's still a good result. Yet again, Waldo's delivered the goods.
As MPI handler Amy and her beagle Ollie screen the biosecurity area at Auckland Airport, most passengers pass by without incident.
Good boy.
But Ollie wants to make a find. Fortunately for him, this woman has just what he is looking for.
Hello.
A large bag of leaves sitting out on top of some bags.
Good boy. Sit. Good. Has someone already looked at these?
The woman claims that her bag of dried leaves have already been given the all clear.
Some leaves that seem to just be sitting on top of the bag, so we're just gonna go get a proper explanation about why they've come through this way.
It turns out they have been cleared, but Ollie never got the memo.
Sit. The leaves have been inspected and they're okay, but the dog doesn't know that. He still thinks that it's target odour, so he was good. Off.
Ollie gets a reward before reluctantly leaving them to it.
Let's go. Ollie, let's go. Ollie, let's go.